In this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, WoW is starting a new PvP season, StarCraft 2 is returning to MLG, patch 2.0.1 for Diablo might be coming sooner than we think, and Season 2 in Hearthstone is finally ready to begin. Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Blizz Pro Weekly. As always, I'm your fantastically bearded host. Got the winter beard coming in. You know, gotta combat the polar vortex in some way. I hope I don't nip out too much. It's a little chilly. Chris Arnone! Too much information, but moving forward anyway. Let's talk World of Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
So recently, PvP designer Brian Holinka announced a final PvP season for Mists of Pandaria is coming soon. This means Season 14 will be coming to a close, and 15 will be kicking off. So with this news, it might let us sort of predict a little bit more accurately when we're going to see Warlords of Draenor. Now, the best measure for comparison is to look at the PvP seasons that aligned with the last content patches of prior expansions. Alright? So Season 8 started 3 months after the release of Icecrown Citadel and lasted 37 weeks up until the release of Cataclysm. Season 11 aligned with the release of Dragon Soul and lasted for 38 weeks, up to the release of Mists of Pandaria. Season 14 started with the release of Siege of Orgrimmar, and we're 16 weeks in. One could argue that Blizzard is throwing a final season just to keep the PvPers going, give them some new challenges, keep them entertained before the new expansion. If we figure that combination of 14 and 15, it won't, let's say it's not longer than previous PvP periods during that final raid content. That means we're likely to see another 20 to 22 weeks left in the overall expansion, with the better part of that being in Season 15. That would put us pretty much at mid-June for a release date, which would line up pretty close to our original prediction we made last week with the expansion hitting the final week of May. Pretty close, right? Alright. Now, Chris G. Robinson, Senior Art Director for World of Warcraft, revealed via his Twitter account that more character model previews will be hitting the official Warlords of Draenor teaser site very soon. Now, despite their lack of inclusion on the list of updated models on the website, he later confirmed in response to a player question that the plan to update Draenei and Blood Elf models had not changed from what was announced during the Art of Warcraft panel at BlizzCon 2013. Now, the massive undertaking to replace the aging character models with new ones featuring higher poly counts, more robust skeletons and whatnot was originally revealed to the public in 2011, but until, last year's exciting reveal, I should say, was slated to only include the original 8 races. Now, the Warlords of Draenor site currently only shows previews of male orcs, dwarves, and gnomes, though female undead, dwarves, and gnomes were shown during last year's BlizzCon. It's not yet clear whether this update will simply consist of web-friendly displays of these pre-existing models we saw at BlizzCon, or if they're going to be giving us something entirely new. And of course, in classic Blizzard tradition, he then came back later on Twitter saying that they're now shooting to get these updates out around January 23rd or 24th. They're just not ready yet. Or the unofficial Blizzard mantra, it's done when it's done. Let's talk StarCraft 2.
Want a piece of me, boy?
So in last week's episode, we talked about WCS 2014, and we wondered if the changes to this year's competition could bring StarCraft 2 back to Major League Gaming. Now, one of the problems last year with WCS, there just wasn't enough room for third-party organizations to have a lot of tournaments. There were too few sort of times that were down to let them have them, and too many organizations were fighting for like the same weekends. Because of this, it appeared that MLG had scrapped support for StarCraft 2 altogether. However, it appears StarCraft 2 will be back this year, at least in Anaheim, for the MLG Championship from June 20th through 22nd. Now, coming back to Anaheim is really no surprise. It's Blizzard's backyard. The event draws quite a crowd. All right, we remember 2012, Blizzard was showing off Heart of the Swarm on the show floor, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm have a presence at this event. I wouldn't doubt that Blizzard also has forked over some cash to help make this happen. Now, even if Blizzard did, this is good news for the North American StarCraft 2 scene, which was hurt by WCS 2013. Blizzard even acknowledged this with their changes to the WCS for this year. NLG is even going to step up further with helping North American scene by starting a new tournament called the Game On Invitational. It's going to feature 16 North American players who will be voted by fans. Now that voting is set to begin Thursday, January 13th and end on Monday, January 17th. The tournament is set to begin January 19th and run through the 26th. These types of initiatives are what are sorely needed to help foster the North American scene. We'll just have to see if Blizzard's changes to WCS 2014 will also help accomplish that particular task. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk Diablo 3.
Stay a while and listen.
So just in time for Reaper of Souls, we have launched our standalone Diablo site. You can access it at diablo.blizzpro.com and see all of our Diablo news segregated out there. Now we have plans to create some guides with content such as like character builds and details of different items in the game. This is going to join the Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm as one of our new standalone sites, and we're hoping to launch ones for WoW and StarCraft soon as well. So if you're a Diablo fan, definitely go bookmark that page. We're going to have a lot of awesome content coming to you in the future. Now, we know Reaper of Souls is set to launch March 25th, 2014. Community manager Lilira posted on the forums this week that the Diablo team is hoping Reaper of Souls pre-downloads can start later this month. With this information, this leads us to believe that patch 2.0.1 is coming soon and could be hitting as early as the first or second week of February, since the data you're downloading for Reaper of Souls will be including the patch 2.0.1 data, theoretically at least, right? So here's hoping early February we're going to see that happen. Now, there is a new Diablo 3 novel written by Nate Kenyon titled Storm of Light. It's set to launch next month. Storm of Light will take place immediately following Diablo 3 and lead us right into the opening of Reaper of Souls. How exactly does Tyrael reform the Horadrim? Who are these new warriors of light? Why is it so imperative for him to steal the Black Soul Stone and remove it from heaven? Now, you'll be able to jump right into this novel without needing to read the previous stories. Storm of Light will feature a wide cast of characters that all have really cool storylines and adventures of their own that do warrant a look, however. So to get the most from Heroes of Light, our own Diablo site manager Nineball collected a list of novels and comics and whatnot you can read to learn the backstory of this main cast. First off, The Order. Now this is Nate Kenyon's first Diablo book, which was released alongside Diablo 3. It explored Leia's backstory and introduced us to the characters of Mikolov the monk and the First Ones. Next up, the Sword of Justice comic. While Tyrael was gone after the destruction of Mount Ariyat, Jacob Stalik took on the mantle of justice to defend Sanctuary from the growing demonic threat in the ruins of the north. And we got to see the character Jacob, Shaner, Guinevere in this series. Now, given Jacob's connection to Tyrael, there's a possibility he could play a larger role in this upcoming novel. Next up, we have The Kingdom of Shadow and Moon of the Spider, both by Richard Knack. Now, these two novels chronicle the adventures of Zale the Necromancer. While only a supporting character in Kingdom of Shadow, Zale took on the spotlight in Moon of the Spider, in which also happened to be one of the best novels of the entire Diablo series. Now, if you enjoy the Necromancer class in Diablo 2, you owe it to yourself to check out these novels. Knack really hit the mark in writing about what it means to be a Necromancer in the world of Sanctuary. So you can go online right now, go to Amazon, you can pre-order Storm of Light for about $10, both paperback and Kindle versions. All right, you ready to talk virtual cards? Let's talk Hearthstone.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Season 2 for Ranked Play in Hearthstone was supposed to begin last week, but we had some issues that delayed it apparently. Well, it looks like those issues have been straightened out now. Community manager Aratil posted in the forums that Season 2 is set to begin today, so by the time you see this, you should be happily laddering away. Now, with this hurdle complete, we're one step closer to open beta, which we have predicted to hit January 21st. We'll see how accurate we are. So, how did Season 1 go for you? Did you make Legendary? Did you even try to advance? JR was able to get as high as rank 3, but he wasn't quite able to get over that hump to Legendary status. Well, so it's a short show, and that about does it for us for this week.
Actually, I got one more little treat.
You have one more treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, check this out.
Today, the Reaper of Souls beta landed. Checked my email and my Battle.net account. No dice. Friends and family. I thought... Well, at BlizzCon, I thought Bashiak and I, we had a moment. My beard, that mustache, and Velcro. No, never mind. It's okay. It's alright. I got to play it at BlizzCon. I can hold out. Well, it's been a week, but I have Diablo 3 to tie me over. Stupid auction house. But I can play on PS3 too. It'll happen. It's gotta happen, right? I'm the beard! And it's my birthday. Blizzard won't forget me. I know. I know they won't. Patience is a virtue. The official closed beta began today. I've survived 3 weeks so far. Still no beta. This is ridiculous. I'm the beard! God damn it, the beard! Something must be done. This cannot stand! Beta! Closed beta for a week. Still no key for me. Did I do something wrong? Maybe I need to talk up D3 more on the show. Maybe they'll reward me. No, I have to stick to my journalistic integrity. I have to... Wait. BlizzPro is a fan site. We can fillet Blizzard games all we want. Now, I must convince JR. Beta. Hidden camera, huh? Was that like a telepathic microphone or some bullshit too?
New technology.
Bastard. Anyway, subscribe right here at our YouTube channel. I'll try to keep him from doing that shit again. Check out Twizcast and all of our awesome BlizzPro.tv shows. All kinds of cool stuff there. I'm all over the internet. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. I'm a Goodreads author. My book, The Lost and Broken Realm, is available on Amazon. No, I will not be creating a voyeur site. I will find that camera and take it away. And of course, check out BlizzPro.com. All the news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.